Hey folks, it is Chad at Airstream of Greensboro. When most of us think of Airstream, we think of the iconic Silver Bullet travel trailer. You know, the Bambi, the Flying Cloud, or maybe the Classic or the International. And if you've been around Airstream for a bit and know some of the history, you may think of the Clipboard or the original Torpedo. What you may not know is that there are RVs that carry the Airstream name with a much different look. Airstream manufactured the Argosy Motorhome between 1974 and 1979. Many of these were painted with a white exterior and a brown stripe. They resembled the Argosy travel trailer and fifth wheels of that time. In 1979 and through the 1980s, Airstream produced the Class A motorhome similar to the Silver Bullet travel trailer that we all know and love today. These motorhomes had a shiny exterior like the iconic travel trailers. You may also remember these motorhomes from NASA's shuttle program, where NASA used a converted version of that Class A motorhome. In 1989, Airstream introduced the Land Yacht Motorhome. It was constructed of laminated fiberglass, very similar to motorhomes of that day, and had a much different look than the current aluminum ones. The fiberglass models became popular, quickly outselling the aluminum motorhomes. There were several fiberglass models produced up until 2006, when Airstream turned its attention from Class A to Class B motorhomes and sadly ended the long stretch of the Class A Airstream. I recently had the opportunity to tour a Land Yacht Motorhome with Ricky Wilcox at a Carolina Airstream Club rally here in North Carolina. Join me as Ricky shows us around his 2000 Land Yacht XL390. Also, leave in the comments whether you think Airstream should build a Class A again.
I'm trying to think how big of a mess did I leave it in, but we'll find out.
I'm sure it'll be fine, and people are going to love getting to see a video of an Airstream motorhome. And this is the, are you recording? This is the
This is a
390
Land Yacht.
Okay.
And the 390 that's the length. It's 39 foot.
Okay. And there's two other ones here. There's two 390s I heard earlier.
There's a 390 and two 396s.
Okay.
And the 396 is 39 foot 6 inches. And the 396 has two slide outs. I have one.
Okay. And then I know that I'm going to look up all the history. They made us learn when we were in the Airstream. They make you go to school and take tests and stuff to be able to sell them.
Okay.
And I had to learn when they did the motors, but now I can't remember when they were building them.
They made this from 1998 to 2006.
That's not not normally what you see when you say the word Airstream.
No. And this is not decals. All this is paint.
Oh, really? Wow. They painted the name on there.
They painted everything.
And it's cut and buff too. Like you don't feel any of the lines.
I keep it waxed, and because this is a 2000 model.
Wow.
And that paint's 23 years old.
So, do you know what chassis they put this on?
Yep. It's a Freightliner chassis.
Okay.
A Caterpillar diesel engine and an Allison transmission.
And those things will last forever.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
Now, was this the original awning?
Yep. Yeah, the awning's made by Gerard.
Yeah. Didn't realize they made those awnings back in 2000. Now, in 2000, I was washing RVs, not selling them. Now, okay, you've been to a bunch of states, I can see. Is this the states you've been to in this?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You got to knock out the other ones.
I'm going to do at least one more of those today. We're leaving.
Hawaii's going to be hard, though.
Yeah, that's when we're leaving here in June.
Okay.
We're going to Galax, Virginia rally. When we leave there, I'm going west. I'm going to the International Rally in Rock Springs, Wyoming. When we leave there, I'll be there 2 weeks. We're going to the Tetons for a week, Yellowstone for a week, Cody, Wyoming for a week, South Dakota for 2 weeks, and then we'll start working our way back home. Actually, not home. Then we'll leave there and we'll go to a rally at the top of Georgia. Then we'll come home.
Then you'll come home. Cut some lights on. Wow.
Like I said, overlook the mess, but
Yeah. It's a 2000. It's 23 years old.
23 years old. Only thing I've changed is the floor
Okay.
and little things.
Oh, the TV. I'm guessing.
I changed the TV. It had an old Sony tube type television, and I put the flat screen in there.
Which it looks pretty good. I like the Airstream.
That's all factory. This wood is Amish cherry. There's no press board in these cabinets.
Wow. And you can see the individual boards there.
Yep. All the light fixtures are original with the polished brass and the glass. Even
Like
the
original
knobs,
light bulbs.
they are. Even the knobs on the cabinets, everything works perfectly.
Oh, it's got a dimmer.
Yep.
They're doing dimmers in 2000.
Came from the factory with solar panels on the roof in 2000.
Really? And they're still working.
Well, that's still hooked up to the one original solar panel that I left. I installed 6 new 120 watt solar panels, a 50 amp solar controller, and 2 new AGM batteries. So we can literally boondock. The battery's charged during the day, the AC inverter runs all night. I can run the ice machine and everything, and the next morning I've still got power left in the batteries to make coffee.
You're doing that off of how many batteries?
Well, there's 2, but they're
it's the bigger.
gigantic.
Yeah, okay.
Like a semi-truck battery.
Yeah, I never tried. Yeah, okay.
They weigh 185 pounds apiece. They're big batteries.
Wow.
And has a side-by-side.
Is that the original side-by-side?
That is the original side-by-side. When you unplug it, it switches to propane. This will just switch the gas, and it'll just stay cold driving down the road.
I'm amazed. That's 23 years old and it's still running.
And look in the back, how cold it gets.
Oh yeah, it's still producing ice right off the fins.
And this is just.
I like that detail there with the window.
I love that. I think that switch.
And this is all hard. Oh, it's got a light in there. All hardwood fronts too.
Everything is solid wood.
Which I mean I wouldn't expect anything less because I mean they still build them that way.
Comes with a washer and dryer.
The combo does it all.
Of course, lots and lots of storage. Then, of course, my wife's water closet's there.
Okay.
And then just lots of drawers. That's where we put our towels and stuff.
I really like how the wood continues all the way through.
All the way through. Everything.
Humongous mid shower.
Nice big shower.
Yeah, and the gold is starting to come back in.
I know, right?
Which is great. Yeah.
Then we've got a closet there.
Okay.
My little drawers in your closet there.
The hanging closets.
My wife's closet here with extra chairs for the kitchen table, and that's where I put
that's your inverter.
Solar.
Yeah.
No, that's the solar control.
Solar
Inverter's underneath.
So that's a 50 amp is what you said.
That's a 50.
Did you do that yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, nice.
That's what I used to do.
I was going to say,
and I changed, I took the TV out from back here. That's the original hinges. I just put the door in with the DVD player.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. And then you've got kind of the wardrobe.
Yep.
Right there, which is really, and it's such a smart use of space right there.
I'll tell you, the little things. I'll show you one little thing in the bathroom that just blew me away. You're talking about use of space. Oh, look at the shower seat.
Okay. Shower seat. Oh, there's that is genius. Everybody should do that.
No wasted space.
I mean, there's storage actually there's a you need to see it.
So
That is so smart.
That's it in a nutshell. It's
These are original countertops?
original everything. I have an appointment coming up in a few weeks. I've got 3 weeks that I'm not traveling, that I have an appointment to take it to my upholstery guy and reupholster the couches and both chairs.
The truth is, though, so it slides right here.
Yep.
Right. Okay. I mean, for 23 years old, this is still in really good condition.
That's what the upholstery guy said. He said they come in here all the time, much newer than this, that are in terrible, terrible shape. So
I think that's, a testament to Airstream. They don't build motorhomes Class A's anymore. They do, touring coaches. But
yep.
To see something that's 23 years old and for the most part still very much original.
Yep.
It's in incredible shape.
Like I said, I changed the floors, and the floors weren't damaged. The carpet was just worn out. There was a beautiful inlay with all these swirls and multicolors that was all sewn in, and I hated to pull it out because it looked so nice, but I would shampoo the carpets and glue the corners for 2 days till I got it all down where the vacuum cleaner wouldn't tear it up. It was just time. It was worn out.
Yep. Well, the floor looks good. It matches. It matches really well. I love the Freightliner dash.
Yep, 100%. And it's a Freightliner chassis. Well, I went to work for Freightliner in 1983.
Oh, really?
I worked at Freightliner at the truck manufacturing plant, and I went back and checked to see what are the chances that I might have had a hand in building this thing, but it wasn't built at our plant.
Oh.
It was built in Gaffney, and I worked in
Oh, hello. We have just taken over.
Oh, no, y'all fine. You're fine. John, I'm going to go back to my camper. Okay.
So,
excuse the mess.
No, no.
Seriously.
It's really not. It's in great shape.
Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, let's walk outside and just kind of go around that side so we can see that side.
Oh, Lordy, you're filming out
Making
here.
a video.
How's the Freightliner drive? I mean, it's a Cummins.
a dream.
That's a Cummins?
Caterpillar.
That'll last forever.
I'm going to get me a little sticker made to put on the fuel door.
Okay.
It's on both sides. It says cat food.
That's great. Generator there?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's got a big enough generator. It'll run everything.
Everything.
Both air conditioners, everything, front to back.
The paint is just
And this
in
is
phenomenal
not chipped,
condition.
It's just the bugs and
yeah.
And I probably shouldn't have hung that there, but I couldn't get it in the ground.
Oh, big Onan. 7,500. Yeah, 7,500 can do about anything, really. That's the original gin? That's amazing.
It's smooth and quiet. Then
Hey guys.
the slides on this side. And you can see what a difference it makes on the inside as far as the floor space.
The amount of room that motorhome felt like it had, I would have thought the slide was bigger.
No,
But it's not. I mean, it's a skinny slide. And then, all your compartment doors open up.
Yep,
Everything's still working.
everything works.
Is it air suspension?
Yep,
And then you have the auto level on this? Did it come with that?
yep,
And that's still working?
everything works.
So basically what you're telling me is if I can find an Airstream Land Yacht XL390, I should buy it.
Pretty much. If, God forbid, if a tree fell on it or it caught on fire and I lost it today, I would be looking for another one tomorrow.
Yeah.
I would want the same thing. If they still made them, would I maybe consider, getting a newer one? I don't know. maybe. I'm so happy with this one.
I don't know that. I mean, Airstream could, but I don't know that there's not the way this is built and the quality of the materials. There's nothing in the industry right now that's really like this.
Nope.
Like, I don't know. It would be hard for anyone
To build that
build this
quality
again.
I know.
Yeah.
The service tech, when I first bought it and had my first service at Freightliner in Gaffney, they put it up on the lift and they came. I told them I wanted to come back and do a walk around with him. And afterwards I told him why, because I worked there. But we looked at suspension and brakes and chassis and all, and he started shaking his head, and I said, what? And he said, most of the time, this age, when they come in, he said the engine's just, not Airstream, but Freightliner in general, is just covered in oil and grease because diesels leak.
Yeah. And a lot of Cat engines are in trucks that are millions of miles being put on them. And this is...
He said that this one, it was so dry under there, it was dusty. And I told him my thought was maybe to drive it a few years and trade up. And he said, I wouldn't. So the mechanic told me that. He said, I would hang on to it and drive it till the wheels fell off. So that's my new goal, is try to wear this thing out before I leave this world. It had 90,000 miles on it when I bought it in 2014. It has over 200 now.
It has been loved. I mean, 90,000 is a pretty good number just in general.
But from 2000 to 2014, so that's not a lot of miles for that time.
I mean, it's not for a Cat. It's a lot for motorhomes. Because a lot of times, like when we take a motorhome on trade, it could be 8 years old and still only have 20,000 miles on it, 20, 30,000 on it. So.
Yep. But
now there's another. That's a Cummins diesel there.
the furthest I've driven on one trip is we left with my son, my daughter-in-law, and 2 grandkids, my wife and I. When they got off work on a Friday afternoon, my daughter-in-law's from Canada. We went and visited her parents. My son's a fireman, so he drives the fire truck, so we took turns driving. We left at 4:30 in the afternoon on a Friday afternoon. We pulled in her parents' driveway in Nova Scotia, Canada at 6:30 Saturday afternoon. 1,800 miles
Wow.
in 26 hours.
That's insane.
We stopped one time for fuel.
Well, you got everything on board. You got food, you got restroom.
Everything. It took, we stopped once for fuel, and, we had stopped for 30 seconds to switch drivers and pull right back off. But
Wow, that's really cool. Well, thank you for showing us this to me and for allowing me to put it on YouTube.
sure.
It's really cool. It's just cool to get to see an Airstream motorhome in person, and one that's been so taken care of.
It stays under roof except when I'm camping.
Which is a good part of the year.
That's why, which is a good part of the year. But that's why it looks as good as it does. And I'll wax it every year and seal the roof.
I mean, I'm blown away still by just how good the paint still is after 23 years. There's no cracking anywhere that I can see.
Nope.
And
It's
really nice.
But I just try to keep it up. I'm particular about taking care of my stuff. So, and there's flags that the officers we pass down.
Okay. That's up there.
Like that's the president's flag.
Okay.
And next year I'll hand that off to Steve when the officers change in November. And in the next year he'll pass it on to Ray. So when I pass it on to Steve, then I'll get a past president's flag.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's the flag that I'll fly.
Oh, that's cool.
Matter of fact, I just bought 6 new tires. I haven't put them on yet. I got to squeeze in some time to get those on. I wanted new tires. They're right at 6 years old.
Okay.
And you can't even take your finger and feel the bottom of the tread, but they're 6 years old, and we're going out west.
Oh, yeah.
It is not, June, July, and August, it is not worth taking a chance on blowing a tire.
No, that's smart. Well, Ricky, I appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you.